including our anchor sponsors, White House Title Group, Lawrence and Bankers Work Financial Planning, Harlan Hospital and Shoreline, Holland BPW, Gentex, and the board of family. Thank you, our anchor sponsors. And our hoop sponsors, which include Christopher Lewis Dentistry and Custer.
This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get yourself signed and have your own sneaker. I'm in the van, I'm pushing the meter.
Live from DeVos Fieldhouse, Matt Wainer, Mike Coleman on this edition of MIAA Basketball. Hope College hosting Trine University from Angola. And we have a really important MIAA game here tonight, Mike, as we give our fist pounds to none other than Rob Sturkin. Because here tonight, Mike, we got a big one.
You bet. It's a gauntlet that Hope College has run the last couple weeks. They're 4th out of 5 games taking on a top 25 ranked opponent. Trine comes in ranked number 7. And everybody remembers, if you follow Hope basketball, the shellacking that Trine posted against Hope College at the MTI Center in Angola back on the 25th of January. 77-54. And Hope's going to have to play a pretty perfect game to pull off the upset against the top-ranked Thunder.
Yeah, that's right. This is a Hope team that's on a 4-game losing streak. They just haven't, I mean, to be frank, they just haven't been that good offensively, and they've just struggled to kind of find who's going to be able to come off the bench and find a three-point shooter. So their woes have found them now, Mike, at 4-4 in conference in a battle with a few other teams. So looking at the MIAA, Mike, we've got Calvin atop at 8-0, and then we've got Trine at 7-1, Albion 4-4, Hope 4-4, Adrian 4-4, Olivet 4-4. So it's really tight in the middle there. But Calvin and Trine, I mean, you and I were talking about a week ago. Do we think it was a 3-team race? It is a 2-team race.
It absolutely is. And the way things are going, the way Calvin's playing, they've won 12 in a row. Trine's had 2 slips, once against Wisconsin Stevens Point and then at Calvin. And those guys are going to get the buys unless a miracle happens in the MIAA. Every year we talk about where Hope is going to end up in the MIAA tournament. This year we're talking about they got to finish in the top 6 to get into the tournament. We just need a win. We haven't won since Kalamazoo over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Hope needs a win like they need a breath of fresh air tonight. And let's talk about this Trine team for a minute, because I can't go much longer without giving them their flowers. 7th in the nation. They've been as high as 2 in the nation at 17-2. This is an absolutely dominant team. The team that won the national championship last year, they're scoring 78 a game, just giving up 60, and they're scoring 20 points off turnovers a game.
Yeah, when you get those combinations, Matt Wainer, you get high-scoring offense, stingy defense, taking advantage of turnovers, and they don't turn the ball over themselves. And by the way, this is without their leading point guard, Fred Garland, who tragically passed away in December. They've lost 1 game since he's been gone. They haven't missed a step. Now, they certainly remember Fred, but my goodness, how deep is this Trine team under 14th year head coach Brooks Miller?
No kidding. And you and I were on the phone earlier. We said Nate Tucker just slid right in that role. He's playing 29 minutes a game, and he's got 15 points a game. And you said he was 16 points a game in his last 4.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's been awesome. And, of course, it's likely all MIAA player, potential player of the year, and Drew Moore, who's at 19 points a game. And, man, he can shoot shoot it.
When you have two really solid producers in college basketball, especially at this level, you're going to do some big things. And then he had on fifth-year senior Emmanuel Mananglo. I know you're high on him. The 6'8 Skywalker, 3 blocks a game, all-time leading Trine career block leader. And he's coming off his second-best game ever, 16 points in the win at Adrian on Saturday.
Yeah, I love Mananglo, and you and I talked about that a little bit earlier. He's 8 and 8 a game, but he attacks the board. He's got great timing, like you said, and he's somebody that is just so physical. I think Gabe Quillen is really going to have his hands full.
And Gabe's a little banged up. He's going to start. We don't know how long he's going to last. He got banged up in the Calvin game. As it gets set. Here's the pre-tip-off announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we welcome a very special dance marathon miracle kid, 18-year-old Ella Neifert. Ella and her family have been involved in Dance Marathon for years, and Ella is returning once again tonight here to DeVos Fieldhouse to sing our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you 16-year cancer survivor, Miss Ellen Neifert, as she sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ellen Neifert.
How about that? Ella Neifert singing the national anthem, 16-year cancer survivor Matt Wayner, a wonderful story of recovery, rejuvenation, and knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, that was fantastic, and we're going to throw it over. I think Darren Deschmar is going to have our starting lineups here for us, and we'll be back in just a second.
You bet.
We're going to skate to one song only.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Thunder of Trine University and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Here tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Thunder at 1 forward, a 6'5 sophomore from Lake Odessa, number 20, Jace Cusack. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'3 senior from Zeeland, number 2, Eli Schoenbell. At 1 forward for Trine, a 6'5 junior from Marshall, number 21, Nate Tucker. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'5 sophomore from Shelby, number 24, Parker Hovey. Starting at center for the Thunder, a 6'8 senior from Compton, Albany, number 42, Emmanuel McNanglo. And at center for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'9 senior from Ada, number 33, Gabe Quillen. Thunder, a 6'5" senior from Franklin, Tennessee, number 5, Aiden Smiley. And at one guard for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'6" freshman from Cadillac, number 5, Charles Howell. And at the final guard spot for the Thunder, a 6'4" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 10, Camden Smith. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'11" junior from Lansing, number 12, Marcus Warman. Trine University is coached by Brooks Miller. Hope College is coached by Greg Mitchell. Your officials this evening, Brett Wajenke, John Creek, and Robert King.
And there are starting lineups. Couple surprises, Matt Wayner. Drew Moore, the leading scorer for Trine, not playing in the second straight game. We don't know his situation, can only speculate an injury. Gabe Quillen is iffy. And good to see Eli Schoonveld back after missing 4 games for the Dutchman.
That's right, so that's Cam Smith coming in the starting lineup here for Trine, but he's no stranger to experience here for this team.
Well, we'll see how it all pans out. Schoonveld will jump up against Benanglo, hoping the home whites. Quillen will not jump. He's a little compromised, but Schoonveld's got the best ups on the team. Trine in their dark blue. Chasing that down is Warman. Hope will move left to right across your vantage point. With Matt Wayner, I'm Mike Coleman. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday. Hope has not lost 5 straight since the 2020 season. They've lost 4 straight coming in as Hope runs the offense. And Matt, this is a very disciplined defense for the Trine Thunder. Hubby inside.
It's just, I'm already noticing, wow, Menanglo a block already.
He's a beast.
I'm already noticing, Mike, I mean, they switch pretty much everything. I mean, they're almost positionless defensively, and it really works.
Yeah, that's been a trademark for Brooks Miller in his tenure. One of the best switch-off defenses in the country. Schoonveld picks it up. Little sloppy play to start things out. Here's Charlie Howell up strong, getting his 3rd start, the rookie out of Cadillac, and a turnover. Hope.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Howell can become. I think you and I talked in the middle of the game a few weeks ago where we were like, hey, he came off the bench, he's physical, he's athletic, he can guard really well. I think he's just got to get some experience.
And he looks comfortable too. Doesn't give you big numbers, but he gives you physicality, something Hope needs down low. There's a steal by Hovey. Good hands up by the sophomore.
Speaking of that physicality.
Yes. Hovey having a breakout season. This is his sophomore year, averaging 14 points a game in non-conference, 11 overall. He's being hounded by Tucker, trapped in the corner, and a shovel pass goes over the half-court line. That'll be turnover. Hope, 2nd straight possession.
Yeah, Hope just kind of without a plan right now offensively, it appears. Kind of just struggle, like you said. I mean, that Trine defense really good, just giving up 60 points a game. Really tough on ball.
Yeah, you look at their numbers. Opponent shooting just 38% against Trine and 27% from deep. Those are nationally ranked numbers. As working baseline, leaning in, tough basket going up strong as Jace Cusack, who had a couple big threes in the first half at Trine back on the 25th of January.
Really good take, strong, just right through Howell, no hesitation at all.
Little reach in effort by Cusack, feet inside to Hovey, reverse layup, dances and falls off the metal.
Nice move there by Hovey. That's really the only way you can score on Trine, is just get them out of position.
Which is tough because they are so tight defensively off a slashing dribble drive by a guard. They hang with you very well. Here's Cam Smith, starter for Anderson last year for the Ravens in the first round of the NCAA tournament against Hope back in Cleveland. 3-ball off the mark. Schoonveld with the ups. Trine with a couple graduate students that were starters in their respective schools. Warman! Rainbow triple.
Nice shot there by Warman. Got to get him going here early because they're going to need some offense. I mean, if Hope has a shot, they got to make this like a 60-55 type game.
Absolutely, and Hope's defense has been good. We talk about their struggles on offense, Matt, but they're only giving up 62.5 points per game. That'll win you a lot of ball games, but they just have to shoot. 3-ball rolls home, and that is Aiden Smiley averaging 6 points a game. Good 3-point shooting team leads the MIAA at 37%. 48% is 23rd in the nation in field goal percentage. And Howell, the rookie, with a double dribble.
Smiley, the senior from Franklin, Tennessee. I feel like I've been calling his name for forever. I mean, he has played a lot of minutes here for this Trine team.
And you have, because so many of these Trine players have been around forever because they've been productive since they were freshmen.
Yeah.
And Smiley, one of those players. A lot of good athletes out of Franklin, Tennessee in football, basketball that we cover.
Really good baseball program.
Really good. There we go. You would know. Matt Wayner. Tucker being hounded. Scoop shot, no. Quillen fighting for the rebound. One by Trine. Kick out three. Skirts off. Schoonveld with another carom. Good to see Eli back. He's the defensive straw that stirs a drink. You see the switch off again, Matt. Topside defensively. Physical game. They're letting him play. Inside. Powers it down. There's the physicality by the newbie, Charlie Howell.
Love him not hesitating. He just gets position, especially with Menanglo on the bench. This is your opportunity to kind of attack. Love to see them feed Quillen, too.
We'll see how that pans out. And the trouble with Hope is, since they haven't been hitting their shots, Quillen's been getting triple teamed. They kick it out. Hope has not been able to make others pay.
Mike, way too much room out there. I don't know if that was a miscommunication, if we see later, but, and speaking of miscommunication, a turnover there, unlikely by Eli Schoonveld.
Boy, and Hope late back on defense. A little 5-point run by Trine. Let's take a quick break. 15:45 remaining. A lot of basketball left in this first half. This is the Hope Sports Network.
Cancer, we're coming for you. Parkinson's, your days are numbered. Alzheimer's, we're zeroed in on you too. Because at Van Andel Institute, the world's best minds are working relentlessly to eradicate these diseases forever. By advancing the boldest innovations, achieving breakthroughs, and transforming lives. Because the most powerful way to fight diseases, never stop fighting. Van Andel Institute, innovation unleashed.
Welcome back. Early on, 15:45 remaining. Hope taking on number 7th ranked Trine Thunder in the nation, Matt. And that was a very animated timeout for Hope off to our right. A lot of coaches' enthusiasm at the players.
I was trying to read lips as best I could. But yeah, you got a couple of coaches there making sure to let the starters know, specifically that was Hovey as well as Werman, just letting them know, like, hey, we are not on the same page right now, making sure that they can correct that here with 15:45 to play. And we got a couple subs. That's Mims coming in off the bench. That's Newhouse and Ben Wagar for their first minutes of the game.
You know, Justice Mims averaging 9.6 this season, but just 4.5 his last 4 games. He's a guy that can shoot. When he gets hot, they're going to really need him to step up his shooting proclivity. Is Hovey with a double clutch, muscles one home.
That's it. I can feel it right now. It's just a toughness game right now. It's just all about toughness.
Yeah, it's going to be a grit factor as Menanglo is going to check back in. He'll give you good numbers, doesn't play a ton of minutes, the big man for Trine. As they swing it around, Trine working it near side. Hope playing the tough man-to-man. Inside feed and way too easy as Wagner got beat by Tucker underneath for the easy layup.
Yeah, he was just looking the other way. It's like him and Mims weren't on the same page right there. They're going to need him to be anchored defensively.
Here's Newhouse, the sophomore, getting muscle, and that's going to be a hip check foul by Max Greenemore, another starter from Hanover College. He was all-conference there, graduate student taking his final year of eligibility to the Thunder.
Greenemore is a Zionsville kid, University High School, not far from where I'm from. Pretty good sports programs that they've been able to develop. It's not an old school. It's only been around just about 15 years, but they have continued to develop all their athletic programs.
Well, you want to know all things Indiana. Matthew to my right is the man with the answers. That's where he hails from.
I may be a Hope grab, but I know these Trine kids can shoot because they're from Indiana. I say it every time.
Turnaround. Wild one by Mims. Will take it.
You need that from Mims. I mean, he's just not been good enough the last 5 games, and you can see from him, a senior, not pretty disappointed in his own play, knowing that he's going to have to be a lot better here if they're going to steal this one.
And he had a 22-point game in non-conference action, so he certainly is capable. Good to hit your first shot. Menanglo up top. He'll take the occasional 3 as Tucker, and a blocking foul by Mims as Tucker made his move. For Hope, that'll be their
Hope College.
First foul, physical game map, but not a lot of malfeasance going on as far as fouls being called. Is block in and rig in for the Flying Dutchman.
So 2 freshmen there. Coach Mitchell, early in the season, he was high on Blau, freshman from Colorado, and Rigg here from stateside. But both guys, he's excited about the minutes that they can come in off the bench and play.
Inside to Menanglo, missed the puppy at 3 white jerseys on the height advantage, and Rigg comes down with a rebound, takes it over the timeline.
You said it earlier, you know, I love Menanglo, and that's a great example of what I love. Although he didn't finish it, it's the way he uses his body so well. He's so aware in space of how big he is. He's able to affect 2-3 guys at one time.
That is absolutely true. 5 years in a Trine uniform will do that for you. Inside little push shot in the key, too easy for Cusick, the Lakewood Lake Odessa product.
And there it is again. Menanglo gets the block. I mean, he's able to keep his defender out of the way, make space for the finish there.
Now a block check foul by Cusick, his first. As Eli Schoonville back in. Eli Schoonville playing a career-high 18 minutes a game, which is a lot of minutes for the fifth-year senior. Newhouse checks out. Block, Hovey, Mims, Newhouse, and Rigg. Quillen back in. Block checks out. So I think they're going to spot rest Gabe Quillen to try and maximize his minutes today.
Yeah, I think especially if they're going to need him to play really big down there. And I think that's, if anything, for the senior. I think it's just, that's the criticism is the last few games is just what you've needed from him physically to demand. As you see him get a step there on Menanglo.
Good move, and Quillen pongs one home. Faked the tray, Matt, went up and danced around on the lane and fills it.
Good possession.
13-12 Hope. It's been a tight one. Last time they played, Trine had a 9-point lead at halftime. They broke up in the second half with a 15-2 run, and it was game over after 7 minutes of the second half. Inside the 13-minute mark, long-range 3-ball, the rainbow, and saw plenty of that. Aiden Smiley on the game on the 25th. They didn't make a lot of threes, but Smiley can drain it.
It's just instant offense for this team anytime they need it. I mean, if it's Grant Paul, if it's Smiley, if it's Smith,
it's plug and play.
It's plug and play. It's just anybody can have 20. And before the game, I really was feeling like, I don't know if Hope has a shot, but without Drew Moore out there, I mean, they've got to take advantage.
Well, Hope was shorthanded when they went at it the first time. Quillen in the lane, no good. Menanglo goes up. Quillen had the shot. I like the pump fakes by the big man. Boy, he is currently 5th all-time in Hope rebounds, 3rd all-time in rebounds per game, and the 45th player in Hope history for the 1,000-point club. There's a steal by Hovey. Goes up with a leaner, and he can't get it to go, but he's going to the line to shoot 2.
Really nice steal there by Hovey. If we can see that replay at some point, I mean, just awesome defensively for him to kind of poke that ball out of there. And why don't we keep it right here?
Sounds good.
We're under 12 minutes to play, and Mike, 15-13. It's felt like Hope has played about as well as they could, even despite a couple of turnovers early. But what you need, like I said, this is just about physicality. Can they stay in it every possession physically? I like what they're doing defensively because they're kind of forcing Trine shooters to just scoot back and hit them, which they can. But otherwise, I mean, stick with your plan defensively, and let's just hope we can get some buckets to fall.
Here's what numbers that I've liked. It's always been a tough slog against Trine with a switch off D to get much productivity in the paint, but 8 of Hope's 13 points have come in the paint. That's a good sign. And Hope shooting 75%, 6 of 8, and Trine responding with 7 of 12 for 58%. And this is a Trine team, Matt, 10 times this year they've shot 50% and better in a game. That's pretty rare air.
Yeah, that's right. And obviously, you know, Trine, the team that won the national championship last year, they lose Cortez Garland, and of course the unfortunate passing of Fred Garland. But I mean, this is a team that's just, it doesn't matter. They have an identity, and it's so clear with the way they played. That's just a huge credit to Brooks Miller and what he's created at Trine. I mean, if it's women's basketball, men's basketball, they've just built in a really established program.
Yeah, it's a great culture. And I will say, I've been covering Hope College basketball for about 11 years. This is probably, arguably, the deepest Trine team I have ever seen under Brooks Miller. 200-plus wins in his career. And here's a guy who goes to the line a lot, Matt. He's really changed his game since his freshman campaign. And nobody goes to the line more than Hovey. 77 times, making 78, shooting 71%, which is a huge improvement from last year.
Lost weight from his freshman and sophomore year, established more of an offensive game, got a lot more comfortable. He's going to take a seat on the bench. Howell, the freshman, checks back in.
And that's what I like about Hovey's game. He was a freshman last year. You had guys like Wigering, Dykehouse, Quillen. They're going to get their points. Hovey did the dirty work. Now he knows that they need the productivity from the sophomore out of Shelby. Warman going for the steal. Tucker had 22 points here at Hope. Hope has not defeated Trine here at home in 3 seasons. And Hope is the last team to defeat Trine in the MIAA tournament before Trine ran the table to win their first national championship last year. Shot clock at 2. Tucker disrupted. Violation. Great defense by Marcus Warman.
Great defense possession. Really engaged there. You love the effort level. I mean, that's everybody talking through switches, making sure they're communicating. It's a really good possession for Hope here.
One thing I've learned about Greg Mitchell in his 11 seasons, Hope was blown out the first game. They're not going to get blown out this game if he can help it, because Hope shot so poor, season's low in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. Energy level is so much better. Double team, Quillen.
I agree, and what else I know about Coach Mitchell is they always finish stronger than they started.
Exactly, exactly. Howell with a good look from 3, baseline, can't get it to fall. Cam Smith kicks that out as Trine runs the offense. Early score, Alma winless this year, leading Calvin at Alma 26-23. That game at the half. Turnaround, Mananglo fills it.
You said that was a 12-3 start there by Calvin in that game. Calvin's still undefeated in conference, and they are hitting mid-season form. They have just looked awesome as of late.
And there's a touch foul down low. Oh, they're going to call that on. They're going to call that on Cusick, his second, with 10:32 left in the first half. Team's 4th. 7 will get you in the bonus. Trying up by 3. So far, so good for Hope. They had to hit some shots, Matt, and they have.
Yeah, that's right. And we're here 14-17. I think all you really got to do is stay in it late. Just stay in it. Don't let them hit too many threes. Trine super efficient. Oh, nice pass by Warman.
Yeah, Warman found his big. Quillen with his second basket with the bang-bang off the backboard. And Hope within 1. Kickoff, corner, Grant Paul. Wasn't going to come back this year, but Brooks Miller implored him to don a uniform. They kept his number. He's been a nice contributor. High off the window. Good play down low by Cam Smith.
That looks like that's Zach Hawes that checked in the game there for Hope, the senior.
Zach Hawes can hit threes. Not a big volume shooter, but he certainly is capable. Quillen. Far arc. Being hounded by Smith. Over to Warman. Trying to ISO on him. Crossover dribble. Warman kicks it out to a Howell and saves it from going over the line. 6 on the shot clock. Steal. Breakaway. And an easy layup. Another turnover for Hope. Their 6th of this ball game, which has led to 8 Trine points. It's been the story of the game. Hope down by 5. Another wayward pass in the backcourt.
It's just sloppy offensively right now, Mike.
Well, you're getting some pressure from Trine defensively. Warman, double team, works baseline, stolen. Smiley will check that. Paul will get a steal. Smiley and Paul lead the team in that department. Double clutch by Smith, rejected by Howell. That's going to go be a Hope. Good break by Hope defensively, and Howell, the freshman, in the mix.
Love that from Howell there, just staying with him, keeps his hands up. I mean, I can see it. I can see something really good defensively. And that's what I think you can see, these blueprints of the types of players that Coach Mitchell really likes, in a Hovey and a Schoonveld and a Howell, these guys that are so engaged defensively. It's just the thing that's been missing this year is just having that standout shooter.
Which isn't always the case every year, but you got to find a way to make it work. That one almost thrown away by Schoonveld, who's back in the game. Rig double team. Streaking. Schoonveld inside to Quillen. Goes up for the jam. Goes down hard. And Quillen writhing. He came in with a bad back, and he is on his stomach at the moment. Boy, he took some contact.
He landed really unfortunately. So you see this replay here.
Wow, you can just tell he's compromised.
Yeah.
What we're seeing the... see if we can get the replays. Quillen I don't know if he's going to shoot these fouls. He's going to check out. Well, he's got a cut on his hand, among other things. But I have a second. I want to give a quick shout out to one of my best mates up north, Steve Wilson, checking in from the frozen tundra of Empire, Michigan. So put an extra piece of fire on that firewood on the fire tonight, buddy. Glad to check in tonight from northwest lower Michigan.
So Empire, Michigan, that's where you're taking me. You're taking me near the UP?
Close enough. Couple hours away. Yeah, a little bit.
You got to do my Michigan trip. I can do Angola, but you've been to Angola enough times.
I have been to Angola. Hey, by the way, Bob Chase checking in too. Captain Bob, longtime Delta captain. I always ask him the most insane airplane questions, and he looks at me like I have lobsters coming out of my ears. But one of the most patient men that I know. So there's a couple of my buddies.
Looking ahead, you're at that Hope men's slate. You got Kalamazoo, Adrian, Elma. All three of those games, Mike, being ones that I think they definitely can win, and they have to win. Especially, we have a lot of game left here. If they can steal one here, they can get back really in contention in the MIAA when there's that four-way tie for 4 and 4.
Well, there's still plenty of games left. There's 6. As Gabe Quillen will check out, Parker Hovey will shoot the free throws. As that one goes down, makes it a 4-point game. As Cusick back in. Parker Hovey, good start for him. 6 points, 2 for 2 from the field, a couple of steals. Hope still shooting 7 of 10. But Trine with 6 more field goal attempts in this game, shooting 62%. Trine shot 54% in the win over Hope. Back on the 25th. Coming out left arc, Montiel back in the game for the first time. He's a transfer student as well from Benedictine. Checking in, Aiden Smiley, the senior out of Franklin, Tennessee, and Montiel out quickly.
I'm going to tell you, I'm impressed so far by the sophomore Cusack. I like the way that he dribble drives. I mean, he's just really comfortable out there. He's always looking offensively for who's next.
Tucker slashing, hits the bottom of the rim. Maybe taking on a little more pressure for the sophomore Tucker with Drew Moore out. And Drew Moore, their best three-point shooter. We do not know why he has not made the start. He did not play in the last game at Adrian.
Looking to see if he's on the bench, if he's dressed or not.
Yeah, I don't see him at the moment. Of course, we cannot see all the way down. It's to the right of Trine's bench. But there's a lot of chippiness going on down low. Hawes on the dribble, wraparound pass down, stolen on the backside. Restolen by Rigg. That went tipped away, going via Trine.
Another Hope College turnover there, Mike. And they just can't get on the same page.
And Hope's been taking care of the basketball the last few games. Timeout on the court. Hope down by 3. Still a good ball game. Inside 8 left on the Hope Sports Network.
Back here, DeVos, Matt Wainer, Mike Coleman. Mike, in this 18-21 game, I mean, to me, it's really the story of this so far is, I mean, Hope just can't, they're just turning the ball over so much. They got 9 already. And, I mean, it's just been not being able to take care of the basketball.
Absolutely true. Kind of fortuitous that Trine only has 8 points off those turnovers, but you cannot turn the ball over on a team like the Thunder. You mentioned that in the pregame too, Matt. This team averages 20 points off turnovers per game, does Trine. They'll take advantage of it. And
neither team has any bench points yet either. I mean, it's kind of been a tale of Hope has played those starters so much, and Hawes and Rigg in there now, but it looks like that's going to be probably a 30-minute game for a lot of these starters.
Probably true, and Hope compromised once again. Brady Miller, the fine freshman, he did not dress for this game. Seems like every game Hope has a productive player out of the game. As that foul is on Charlie Howell, his first, Hope's second. So Hope no danger of foul trouble as Tucker takes it up topside. Tucker just 2 points in this game on 1 of 5 shooting. Would love for him to be cold every once in a while. He leads the MIAA in field goal percentage. Inside, Paul, big time move, and Howell goes up strong for the rebound. How about that from the freshman?
Love how active he is. He never stops moving. It's endless motor. Always finding a way to impact the game.
And he's going to be a good one. Jared Rigg getting some valuable minutes, especially when Marcus Warman was down. Inside to Hawes, kicks out, stolen by Smith. That crossover defense pass, Trine too savvy. Now Smith working on Rigg down low, no good. Rebound by Smith, just a fortuitous bounce, and he lays it up and in. 23-18, Trine. Both teams shooting very well. Hope's having trouble just getting a shot up. Howell for 3. Short, not this time. Tucker on the run. Hovey chases him down, and Trine beats Hope back, and that'll drive coaches crazy.
I mean, at this point, down 7, you got to get a bucket or a timeout.
Yep.
Stop this momentum.
Hope 0 for 4 in their last touches as Schoonveld bounced it to Rigg. 3 ball on the way, too strong. Chased down by Hawes. Inside, he feels Mananglo. He's got to kick it out, fresh 20 with 6:27 and counting. Hovey, right elbow. Wraparound pass, Hawes, 3 ball. Offside iron, no good. Weak side rebound by Aiden Smiley.
It just doesn't feel like anybody wants the ball. Nobody is really ready to receive it.
That's a great point, Matt. It's like a hot potato.
I'm just not sure who really wants to be the one that's going to create the offense. I know when Werman's in there, he does, but I mean, I don't know who on the court right now wants to have the ball in their hands. Good backdoor thought to get it into Tucker, but too strong, and a rare turnover for Trine. As Justice Mims back in, Newhouse gets his second opportunity for Hope, and Gabe Quillen, good to see him back in. He's a warrior. They're going to need his body against Mananglo. They definitely are, and it looks like that's Logan McKenzie. He's a West Side guy, Byron Center grad. He's checking in now. He's a junior. And then for his first minutes, there's Hovey. Hovey! Throw it down, big fella. With authority! Statement jam. Hope needed that. Down by 5. McKenzie wants Tucker out, and he'll deliver as they swing it around near side. Grant Paul trying to do a clear out with 14 on the shot clock. Paul hunted by Newhouse inside to Tucker. Right elbow. That one caroms out. Chased down the rebound, Newhouse. Hope can get it within a 1-possession lead for Trine. Pass inside. Good pump fake by Quillen off the backboard and good. How about that for ball motion? Huge 2 possessions there by Hope. You got an overzealous defense. Sella with a head fake. Inside look. Smiley, no look. He'll try a 3-ball. High archer short, and Quillen hauls down his first rebound on the game at the 4:56 mark. Hope can tie it up with a 3. Warman. Contact, no call. Hovey kicks it out. Mims. Leaner. Newhouse keeps it alive in a fresh 20. Hovey, 3-ball on the way. Yahtzee! Tie ball game. 7-point run for the Dutchman. And Brooks Miller wants a timeout. Let's take a timeout. 4:38 left on the Hope Sports Network as we look at the replay checking out of this break. Huge dunk there by Hovey, and then you see the next one on Quillen, able to get that one up and under. And my tie ball game here is Hovey ready for the basketball. It was right after I was saying, who wants the basketball? Hovey, Quillen, Werman, the guys you need. So let's take that break. We'll be right back. The trifecta, Hovey, Hope, and Trine tied at 25.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louie the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
3 straight plays, baskets by Hope gets them back in the game, Matt. All set up by offensive rebounds. Hope has averaged 20 offensive rebounds a game the last 3, Matt. They're going to need that tonight.
Yeah, they definitely do. As you see, a kind of a spark plug come in the game now. His first minutes, that's Cade Brenner, the freshman from Archbold, Ohio, gets his first assist in his first minutes of the game.
And he feeds Cusack, who leads all scorers with 8 points as Warman bangs one off.
Hovey out of nowhere.
Another offensive board, no look over to Warman. Skirts a dribble on the baseline out to Hovey. Fakes a 3, working on Menanglo. Try and look for a backdoor cut. 6 on the shot clock. Warman from deep. Too strong. Chased down by Hovey. And Hovey slammed in the backcourt. Boy, he caught a face full in the second game of the year down in Ohio that required some dental surgery. And ever since then, he's wore a mouth guard. And he took a shot. Looking at the replay, Hovey sold the fake. And wow, he got hit right up topside. 16 foul, one more, and Hope will be in the bonus.
That's Menanglo at 6'8", man. He's got to be 250. I mean, he is a tank.
And not definitely a play that isn't malicious, because Menanglo doesn't play that way. He checked to see how Parker was doing. It's just a physical. He got sold by the fake.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a guy we've talked about. I mean, for him, just so good on the defensive boards, offensive boards. He's just able to that paint is his paint. He's able to control it really well, and we've watched him for several years. He just keeps getting better. Offensively, he's never been a huge impactful player, but he's just a block machine.
He really is. While we have a second, Adrian, who's tied for Hope in 3rd place in the MIAA, is trailing Olivet, who is also in that tie for 3rd place. 33-27, that one at Adrian. That one, 3 minutes left in the first half. Albion in a dogfight with Kalamazoo, a team we'll see this Saturday against the Hornets here at DeVos. 39-37, the Britons coming off a victory over Hope. And Calvin trailing Alma 32-27. That one early in the second half. And looking at the numbers, Calvin only shooting 26% and 1 for 15 for 3, Matt.
Wow.
You got to think that's going to change.
Alma 0-19 so far this year. They're very young. It's not a typical Alma team, but if they were to be able to pull up that upset, that would open things up a little bit.
That's not just a regular upset game, too. That would disrupt the apple cart at the top of the MIAA, right, as trying a game back at Calvin, who's undefeated in conference play.
I mean, you think this is one of the biggest slate of games here today. When you got Hope with the possibility of taking one against Trine, you got 2 4-4 teams in Olivet and Adrian playing, and then of course, I mean, if Alma were able to take that one from Calvin, that'd be huge at the top.
That's why you can never take MIAA conference games for granted.
Yeah, it's the same thing for Hope. We're losing that game to Albion. It felt like Hope loses that one to Calvin, and then they go on this little losing streak after starting 4-0. Hovey.
Tipping Quillen as Hovey goes spilling. Yeah, that Albion loss was a gut punch. Last second shot by Albion to win the game at Kresge. The iconic Jim and Albion is Tucker working down low. Boy, that was a tough miss by Tucker, not getting it done tonight so far. Here's Hovey with Tucker on him.
No, Tucker's just got 4. He's used to 14.5 a game.
And once again, Trine playing without Drew Moore, their leading scorer. 17 on the shot clock. We got a tie ball game. We got a regular Donnybrook going on here at DeVos. As Hovey goes down awkwardly. Newhouse, baseline, inside to Mims. He shields the body and one.
Huge.
Went into the land of the Giants.
And what a pass by Newhouse, able to find him down there. As you can see on the replay here, he just snipes him up and under. Mims with the body control. You need Mims to get confident.
Yeah, you really do. And so far, so good for Mims. 2 out of 3 from the field, and that was a nice shot. And credit Newhouse with good court awareness, the sophomore for Hope out of East Grand Rapids. As Mims at the free throw line. Knocks it down.
Becoming more and more important. He's about 12 minutes a game, but you can see him getting more and more of a role this year to next year, as well as Howell, as those are kind of the underclassmen. They're going to have to take some of those Mims minutes, those Quillen minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And Hovey, of course, coming back, but you can kind of see a new slate of Dutchmen coming through.
Freshman to sophomore is always really interesting. High up the window. What a finish by Smiley. And he gets fouled.
He's been really good today. I mean, I said that. I mean, he's a senior, and with the body control, everything he can do when he has basketball in his hands, he just feels unafraid to be able to take the ball up to the basket.
Yeah, he's smooth. I mean, you know, you look at his frame, 6'5", lanky. He's kind of that small forward, well, big forward actually in college in D3. But, you know, he led the MIAA in steals last year. He can hit the three. He's not afraid to go down low and slash. And he gets an old school three, ties the game back up 30-30. Hope's been in this pretty much the whole way. Hope is down by 7, and then they went on a 7-point run to tie it up. Good reverse layup by Howell, who knocks down his second basket. Hope
He's crafty down there. He's comfortable. I mean, I like his game because he's a little bit quicker than Quillen. It's a little bit of a different look.
Yeah, and Howell's got some height too. He goes 6'6", but maybe he plays a little longer with the long arms. As Smith inside, stolen away by Howell as he shovels it over to Mims. Hope can add to that 2-point lead. Their biggest lead was 3. But any lead against Trine's a good one. Inside look to Quillen from Howell, down low. Wow. Hope moving the basketball, and they cut down on the turnovers the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Really good pass, really good finish there by Quillen. Now that's some Greg Mitchell team basketball.
How about 10 assists on 14 made baskets, Matt? That'll get the job done.
This is just after I was talking all that mess about how inefficient they were, but they're in this game now.
Smith trying to muscle one up, and he gets a membership bounce on the road. And Trine responds. They have a habit of doing that with 1:11 left in the first frame. Now Warman's going to run up top of the anchor. Works it near side to Hovey. Has some space. Warman gives it to Howell, trapped in the corner. Quillen. Euro step down low. 11 on the shot clock. Mims, 3 on the way. Good! There we go.
Needed that one. That was with confidence. I mean, Mims more comfortable off the bench now with 8, and he seems to be finding his stride.
My goodness, that one was huge. Hope 3 of 8 from deep. Tucker rejected. Hope playing with some vim. Up by 5 with 30 seconds left.
And a massive last 2 minutes of this half this has been.
You want to finish strong and start strong every half. 20 on the game clock. 16 on the shot clock. They can take it down to the end. Greg Mitchell implores them to go. Hovey shovels it over to Warman. And we got a travel call. I don't know about that one, MW.
I don't think so either. I don't know who they got, if that was on Hovey or if that was on Warman.
That was on Warman.
I thought he just hesitated at the beginning. I did not see take his foot off the ground. And now Trine has a chance for a set shot or a 3-pointer here by Bremer or Smiley or somebody.
Yeah, they got the 3-point guys in. Smiley over to Cusick. Howell on him. Step back. 18-footer, no good. And check that. Got another bounce and drops it home. The Trine Magic. 37-34 last second shot, but hoping the 3-point lead in the intermission.
If you're a Hope College fan, you can't let that discourage you. It was that last 2 minutes. I mean, Hope was beginning to find a little bit of a stride. And I think Trine coming out the break, they're going to try and really punch him in the mouth because, I mean, Hope here with a 3-point lead, I think they're going to want to come out guns a-blazing because Hope was starting to show signs of life.
Well, Hope hit 5 of their last 6 shots to close out the half. Now, remember, on the 25th of January, Hope is down by 9.5, and Trine ran away with a 15-2 run in the next 7 minutes of the second half. That was ball game over. We got a new game here, Matt Weiner.
Yeah, and Hope needs this one really, really bad. And in one, they're up 3. I mean, if you're Coach Mitchell, I think you're saying at halftime, continue. This defensive engagement is excellent. That's going to keep them in this game, holding them to 34 points. Can you keep them under 70? Can you keep them in that 65 range? And I think you got a shot to win this game.
Well, so far, so good for the Dutchmen. They're shooting 58% in the first half to 55 for Trine, so the Nets have been hot. What do you got, Matt?
Hope College 17 rebounds to Trine 7, out-rebounding them by 10. That is not like this Trine team.
No, with 6 offensive rebounds for Hope as we watch Zeke the Wonder Dog work his magic on the DeBette-Weir court. Good things for Hope. 11 turnovers, but just 2 turnovers really in the last 6 or 7 minutes, so they short things up. But Matt, you and I will take a look at some numbers after this break when we come back, as Hope leads 37-34 here at home, trying to snap a 4-game skid here on the Hope Sports Network.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
At Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world. Cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
College is where academic greatness and a vibrant Christian tradition give students a foundation to pursue their passions and chase their life's calling. Hope ranks near the top nationally for undergraduate research, innovation, and value. Hope College is preparing students for a life of leadership and service. Learn more at hope.edu.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
My name's Emma Duttmers, and I'm a communications major, and then I'm minoring in environmental studies. I play soccer. The first soccer game of my junior year, I tore my ACL. Our athletic trainer, Annie, was there for me right when it happened, and she was there for me literally every step of the way. That was definitely a huge growing opportunity for me, and it was really hard, but it really pushed me to be a leader with more of my voice because I couldn't lead by example on the field. It definitely made me take a step back and realize how much there is to be grateful for.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
and the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, started moving with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the blessing. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.
In our popular mythology, revolutions happen in Silicon Valley, right? But no, the revolution happened here.
I think we are starting a revolution. It's coming from a very strong sense of who we are.
It's immediately creating a multi-generational community.
There's something magical happens when you shift from being a payer to being a giver.
Hope Forward has 58 students, I think, today-ish. You know, when we started in '94, we had 47. It's doable. What they're trying to do is doable. Getting people to believe early on is the hardest part.
It has given people a sense of belonging to a cause greater than themselves.
This can happen. This is possible, and we need.
ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout during the first media timeout of the second half. There will be host students walking up and down the aisles with buckets as well as a vendor QR code on the screen. They'll fundraise for the dance marathon coming up in March right here at Hope campus. Be aware of that again, the first media timeout of the second half. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to award the two winners who get signed basketball by the Hope men's and women's teams respectively. First, the signed basketball from the men's team goes to Pam Kappington. And the signed basketball from the women's team goes to Shirley Behrens. So Pam Kappington, Shirley Behrens, you can report to the big ticket office on the East Course to redeem your respective prize.
Back at Voss Fieldhouse, Matt Wayner, Mike Coleman. Mike, hey, are we ready for a good second half or what, my friend?
I don't know.
37-34 in this Hope College team with a 3-point lead. I am excited for this second half. I am rearing to go.
Well, that's the spirit, because that was a pretty entertaining first half, and Hope needed to do that. They needed to come out with an energy. My goodness, shooting's contagious, like hitting contagious in baseball, you know, Matt, being a coach. And they had to knock down a couple shots, and they're passing the ball well. They're rebounding the ball well. And I know Trine's a little short-handed without their leading scorer, but Hope College in a game they really need to win, here at home especially with a good crowd, doing a lot of good things well in the first half.
Largest lead of this game, 25-18 there in that first half. And then something clicked for Hope, and they turned the corner. They got Hovey in the game. They got Werman in the game. They got Quillen in the game, and they knotted it at 25, and it felt like something changed there with 7 to play.
Boy, that 3-minute jaunt where they just came storming back, and it's been a good balanced effort by Hope. And I'm looking at the rebounds. You talked about that, but other than the points off turnovers, Trine leads that department 12-5. That's the ball game right there, Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Hope, that's their average is 12 turnovers a game, so they're going to look to improve at that. If they can do that, they can certainly win this game. You were the one that found out Drew Moore suffering a high ankle sprain. That's the information that you got. So we're in the clear now. We're in the news, but that's a really unfortunate injury for them as they hope to get him back, especially for MIAA tournament play.
Well, Hope College, no stranger to having a rash of injuries the last several seasons, so that's just part of the ball game. But looking at Hope College, looking at individual numbers, besides shooting 58%, 3 of 8 from 3, how about 7 assists by Marcus Warman? That's a season high, might be a career high. We'll put the research department on that, but he is facilitating, as they say.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's Howell that's also, I feel like, not in the box score, but just defensively he's been really good. He does have a steal. He's only got 4 points, but they felt like big ones and a couple of boards that I just like his game, and I like what he's able to give to this Hope team, and he's going to start out there, that starting 5 once again. But it really was that was kind of the key for them, as well as, we'll see. I think they're probably going to put Schoonveld out there on Smiley, try and quiet him down a little bit. Smiley had 10 in the first half, so did, Jace Cusack. But I think Trine's going to try and come and punch him in the mouth here in these first 2 minutes.
Well, you pick your poison defensively, like you mentioned Eli on Smiley, but Trine has so many weapons. Nate Tucker, their leading scorer in this game, coming in, just 2 of 9 from the field. As Tucker trying to make a move on Warman, playing solid defensively, leaning in and a reach-in foul on Warman.
He's just getting a little bit tight there. I like that attack by Tucker. I really like what Tucker's doing, especially in, you see the referee is having a conversation there with Menanglo. He's telling him that it was on that last possession. You see he kind of had his hands a little bit tight, and he was telling him he's got to stay a little bit more out of the paint if he's going to stay that tight on his offensive player, because I think he was trying to tell him, I'm going to call that 9 times out of 10.
Tucker, 88% free throw shooter, and that's what Trine does well. A lot of things, the intangibles, low turnovers. They lead the league in free throw percentage at 78%, something Hope has really struggled with this year at 69% as a team. Second one is good.
Yeah, you look at everything Trine does, them being the number 7 team in the country, they have the DNA of a team that goes to Final Fours.
Yes, they do.
I mean, when you can go 78 points a game, only giving up 60, you can be as efficient as you are, you can shoot 80% from the free throw line, you can score off turnovers. I mean, as Werman gets that one to go, and Trine, I mean, you just can't say enough about how good they are down the stretch in MIAA play.
Well, they started the season #1 ranked team in the nation, coming off that national championship. They've never fallen farther than outside the top 10 and the top 25 in D3. Calvin now number 23 in the nation after winning 12 straight. Wow, we saw a lot of physical play, and now Charles Hall with just a little reach in. They're going to call him with the malfeasance for Hope. His second for Hope in this half. 3-point lead for Hope. Tucker on the move, trying to lean in, no good. Offensive rebound, turnaround mid-range, and Tucker doesn't miss.
Hope's going to want that one back, especially Hovey that booted that one out of his teammates' hands. Here, Hope clinging to a 1-point lead.
Just the third offensive rebound of the day for Trine, and that's going to stay with Hope at 19 to shoot. Just underway, second half. Well, update from Alma after Alma took the halftime lead over number 23 and Calvin. Calvin went on a 20-2 run to start the second half, and now Calvin in control on the road. Cam Smith with a reach and foul. They seem to be calling a little tighter this half, Matt Wayner.
Yeah, I see that too, and especially in the first half that the physicality was so important. The physicality was everything both these teams really wanted to do. I mean, Hope just wanted to man themselves, be guarded really tight, and go attack the basket. And now it's kind of not playing to their favor.
Two teams that are playing really tight man-to-man defense. It's really the stalwart of both these head coaches. That wasn't a foul. Hope will inbound in that far corner. Plenty in the shot clock. That's a tough place to inbound.
Especially with Menanglo guarding you.
Yeah. Smith with the steal. Trying to go up on Quillen. Tried to muscle that up and over. Quillen influenced that shot as Warman takes it over the timeline into the forecourt. Trying to get a seam. Stops. Pops. Hits from 10. Beautiful acrobatic move of the junior out of East Lansing. Hope leads by 3. Smiley with Skundell on him. Trying to slow him down a little bit. Menanglo topside, doesn't even think about the 3. Smith driving, muscled up on Warman, is able to lay it off the window.
Really good by Smith. I mean, the guard that comes off the bench. I think any other MIAA team would love to have him in their starting lineup.
Well, that's the thing. He was one of the leading scorers for Anderson last year as they made the run in the NCAA postseason. Hovey misses a puppy. Offensive rebound, putback, no. Greg Mitchell livid, and finally some contact down low, and Hovey not too happy himself. Boy, you get those tic-tac calls early on, and then Hovey absolutely mugged down low.
Yeah, I think he wanted it. We see the replay here.
Somebody with, sorry, Matt, Menanglo with 4 fouls? Yes. Emmanuel Menanglo now with 4 fouls in this game, and he has a habit of getting into trouble. He'll check out.
We got 17 to play here. Let's see what Coach Brooks Miller going to say to him here as he checks out. Just gives him the high five. And they're going to have to play by committee here. I mean, if you're Gabe Quillen, you have to answer the bell.
Well said, and Quillen at the moment with the 10 points, 3 rebounds. Now, Trine has Logan McKenzie, the junior from Byron Center, off the bench at 6'7". Obviously doesn't match the productivity that Menanglo has, but he gives you big in the middle. Paul leans in, good veteran move, and he draws contact. Foul's going to be on Charlie Howell.
I see walking in for some second half action. That's the great Casey Rutledge makes his way in. He's over there checking out some second half. He heard it was a good game. Thought he'd stop by, catch the second half.
Well, he didn't answer my text. Maybe he wanted to talk to me in person. There we go. Justice Smith, Casey Rutledge calls some games on the network every once in a while. Excellent, excellent color analyst. As Mims in, 43-41. Grant Paul with his first point of the game. And Trine 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Hope leads by 1. Menanglo in foul trouble on the bench for Trine.
When you think about the value of both Paul and Smith for this Trine team and for Brooks Miller, it just makes me think, I mean, he's really clear with what he's trying to do is go to Final Fours every year. He's rebuilding rosters. He's getting guys to transfer in. But I don't think he thinks about rebuilding. I just think every year he's right there.
Quillen hammered down low. Hope fans wanted a foul as Trine takes it coast to coast. And you saw Trine switch to that 2-3 zone defense. And Trine in transition takes the lead. Well, I like what Hope is doing, Matt. They tried to get Quillen down low on that zone mismatch as Hovey takes it to the rack and he's hammered. It's going to be on Greenamoyer, the graduate student.
That is his second.
Hey, man, you look at teams like Calvin and Trine. They're both universities. They both have graduate programs. How much of an advantage do you think that is to have guys that can come in for their final year and contribute? A lot of them have had several years of basketball under their belt.
I think it's a really big advantage, especially for those schools that are both really good schools. I think they're able to find a small select of people that would like to go into graduate programs like that. I mean, if Hope were able to have that advantage, it just opens up the pool of guys that want to keep playing. You think about Tanner Wiegerink last year, now going to Cornerstone, able to play more basketball, and them getting a Master's of Education there so he can finish playing.
Yeah, Tanner Wiegerink could have had one more year of eligibility with Hope, second leading scorer last year, but went to graduate school. You can't blame the young man.
Even though Hope's just 9-10, with how open the MIAA can be, you think they might just be a Tanner Wiegerink away from being right there in that top end of this conference.
Warman had a good look. Quillen with the offensive rebound. The putback, no. Third time is the charm. Quillen fills it. Wow. Good one brewing here as we approach the 4-minute mark of the second half. Paul stymied at the free throw line, nowhere to go with Mims smothering him. High screen, Smiley wheels, gives it over to Greenamore. Hope playing some inspired defense. Paul goes up, misses the shot. Somebody reached in, I think it was on Warman. And that is Marcus Warman with his foul, his second. And will send a good shooting team to the line. Timeout on the court. Matt now step aside. Hope leads by 1, 15:59 left on the Hope Sports Network.
Cancer, we're coming for you. Parkinson's, your days are numbered. Alzheimer's, we're zeroed in on you too. Because at Van Andel Institute, the world's best minds are working relentlessly to eradicate these diseases forever. By advancing the boldest innovations, achieving breakthroughs, and transforming lives. Because the most powerful way to fight diseases, never stop fighting. Van Andel Institute, innovation unleashed.
Back here at DeVos, Mike, we got under 16 play. We got a really good game here, and I like the way Quillen's starting to kind of turn it up a notch. I mean, for him, he's just got, it's like 12 points here so far. But I can see, with Menanglo on the bench with 4 fouls, they just need him to really kind of turn it up down there, and he's starting to answer the bell.
Agreed, and Quillen, who's been quiet, he averages 14 points a game, but he's only averaging 8.5 points in 6 conference games. What else he's doing tonight is he's getting some volume field goal attempts. He's only averaged like 6 or 7 field goal attempts per game in conference play. He's 6 of 10 tonight, getting some opportunities and getting a lot of offensive rebounds, which really is something that he's really improved on this year. Almost 4 offensive rebounds a game of his 8.5. That's a lot of offensive rebounds.
In lieu of Drew Moore being on the bench, it's Smith, Cusack, and Tucker, each with 10 points. And Smiley with 10 as well. That's 4 players, so pretty balanced scoring for them. 40 of their 44 points coming from those 4 guys.
Well, that's what they can do. They got a lot of guys who can average. They can give you 10 or 12 points a game. As Grant Paul with a rare miss, shooting 82%. This team 8th in the nation at 78% free throw shooting. Paul doesn't miss that one. We have a tie ball game. A lot of basketball left as Trine once again facing Hope with that 2-3 zone. Simon Newhouse in the game for Hope. Sophomore out of East Grand Rapids. Warman bobbles it in the backcourt. Hovey playing a monster game, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Draws 3 blue jerseys. Newhouse, 3 ball. Rimmed it off. Hovey chasing it down. Boy, Hovey wearing out that jersey on the court. He's been on the floor a lot. Hovey for three. Bingo! Wow!
Just like that, I mean, he's on the floor for half that possession, and then he gets up able to get the ball and knock it down. He's got 17, Mike.
Yeah, he's got a career-high 20. I like, Matt, that Hope has not hit the three ball in conference play. They've only taken 10 three-point attempts. Holy smacks, and Quillen gets hit right in the chops, and they're going to call it on Quillen.
I do not like that one. I mean, Quillen is right there.
Stationary.
And he gets smoked in the face. His nose is bleeding, and he is not mad right there, as you see on the replay. Because they're really, by Cusack, was not a ton of a basketball play there either. He kind of just tried to rip through him, knowing he had nowhere else to go.
That's always been a tough call. You got a defensive player with his hands in the air, stationary, and the offensive player with the dribble drive goes up, leans into. As Smiley back in for Trine, trailing by 2. Cusack at the free throw line. Knocks it down, 15-10 remaining. Now full court pressure by the Thunder. We haven't seen this in a while. Hope gets it nicely over the timeline as Newhouse weaving through traffic. Hovey looking to clear out. Hovey trying to take this over. Warman, NBA 3. Why not?
Wow! Come on! Prize fight here at DeVos, Mike.
You know they were overdue. They just have not been able to buy a three ball. And there's the makeup call right there. Tucker with the offensive foul. There are 2 scrappy sophomores going at it.
Yeah, and that seemed somewhat intentional there, that push. And it's getting really chippy out there on the court right now. But, Mike, looking at other things, we were talking about that Calvin-Alma game. Calvin now in clear control, up 19 in the second half with just 3 minutes to play. So Calvin will improve to 9-0 in conference play.
And win their 13 straight. You know, Calvin's too good to be losing to a likes of Alma as Quillen muscles it up and over using that height advantage. Give him 14. He and Hovey with 31 of Hope's 53 points. And Hope fans are loving it as Brooks Miller and the Trine bench want a timeout.
And up 6 here, Mike. You can feel that momentum start to shift towards Hope, as these are the kind of games that really change your season, because it's that toughness right now for Hope that seems to be their identity.
We got a full timeout, so Matt and I'll take a breather. We'll be right back. Hope leads 53-47 with a lot of time left on the Hope Sports Network.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget, Louie the Lightkeeper, to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Mike, we're back here at DeVos. Another score update across the MIAA. Kalamazoo and Albion in a dogfight, 67-67, with just 1 possession to play here. So we're going to see who ends up winning that one. But man, a lot of action going around the MIAA, and here at DeVos, this could be a massive game here for Hope if they can hang on.
If Kalamazoo can upend Albion, that would help Hope's cause. They come in with 3 other teams tied for 3rd, and that one rims off Hovey with a man's rebound. Biggest lead of the night for Hope. They were down by 7. It's been a 13-point turnaround. Hovey trying to take it to the rack. Boy, his aggressiveness. He will not back down from anybody. And now Hovey and Tucker have made it a personal battle between them.
Yeah, it clearly has. I mean, they're going back and forth with each other. A lot of choice words, as well as holding each other's arms. I mean, we're 1 possession away from a technical foul on somebody, it feels like.
Which is amazing. Tucker only has 1 foul. Hovey doesn't have any. As Quillen getting banged down low.
And really, that's something that's hard to kind of be able to describe to the folks at home that are watching, is the feeling in this building is the coaching staff on both sides, the players on both sides talking and jawing a lot. I mean, it really feels like it's starting to get away from the refs a little bit.
Well, we've got 6 games left in the season, 5 after tonight in the regular season. Trying to keep pace with a Calvin team that's going to look to run the table. They don't want to fall behind, and Hope College desperately needing to win to just get some relevance back in the MIAA. Free throw on the way by Mims, good. Hope hitting the free throws tonight too, Matt. 7 of 8 when they really needed it. They haven't shot above 70 in the last 6 games from the free throw line.
So Hope men's team up 7 here, but update for Hope College women's basketball with a 38-point victory over St. Mary's. So they will improve in conference play. Right behind Trine as well on the women's side of things. Trine women still undefeated.
That's going to come down to the wire. They still have a meeting coming up. We'll have that game here at DeVos. Menangle in the game playing with 4 fouls. Good rebound by Quillen. Here's what I like, Matt. Hope has 6 more field goal attempts in the second half than Trine. Sheer volume. Newhouse. Good pass inside. Quillen lost the hand and was able to lay it over the rim. Hope up by 10. A lot of time remaining. 13-12 and counting.
Mike, there's 13 minutes left. Menangle had to come back in.
He had to.
But he's a foul away from being out of this game, and you have felt that they've really felt his absence in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, they're playing without their leading scorer, and now Charlie Howell with a foul away from the basketball on Tucker. For Howell, that'll be his 4th, and no, he joins Menangle in the 4-foul club. Nobody else other than Warman with more than 2 fouls. Smith out, Brenner in, Paul out, Cusick back in. Yeah, Greg Mitchell saying to Charlie Howell, I have no idea why that's a foul. Sam Carlson, senior out of Superior, Colorado. Good defender working on Menanglo. We saw that in the Trine game. I did. I was at the Trine game on the 25th.
I mean, with the senior there, you just throw a couple fouls at him. Tucker has been reckless with that front arm side every time.
The forearm
Stuck
shiver.
it in Newhouse's sternum there, and he didn't get called for anything.
Tucker having a hard slog, 4 of 13 tonight. Quillen now double team. Mims, Mims hammered. Wow. I don't think that was intentional, but that was physical. 17 fouls now for 8 for Trine, That'll put Hope in the bonus for 12-23. The remaining in this game, Hope on every Trine foul will go to the line. And this is where you got to make the free throws, Matt Wayner. You got to make the FTs.
Yeah, for Hope being a team, only shoots 68% from the line. They really need these, and they got to be a team that shoots better if they're going to close out games like this.
And 60% in 6 conference games. That's in the bottom 5 in the nation, folks, as Mims rolls one home. Mims needed a big game, a breakout game. He's been in the doldrums, and he's getting it. 11 points, perfect from the free throw line in 16 minutes.
He has. It's been Hovey and Quillen with 17 and 16, but Mims 11 off the bench is exactly what the doctor ordered for him from really having a pretty weak last 4 games where Hope lost 4 straight.
Absolutely. This would be a statement game. This would be something that D3 basketball would take note of. Nobody really giving a Hope chance in this one, as they've been scuffling more than they normally have in Trine. Number 7 in the nation. Hope's played 5 top 25 teams in their tough schedule as Warman corrals a weak side Karam. Hope leads by 12. Clock agonizingly slow, Matt, inside 12 minutes left. Hope shooting 56%, excuse me, Matt.
And Trine just so stagnant right now offensively. They just don't have anybody that can create the shot. They're trying to make up for it defensively by playing super physical, but other than Tucker, just nobody really seems to be playing in rhythm.
Let's keep it right here. One thing I want to notice, Hope had 9 turnovers, I believe, in the first half, of the first 10 minutes of the first half. Since then, they've taken care of the basketball. Just 3 turnovers since, and 12 overall. overall.
They haven't. How about this for improvement? Shooting 56% from the field, 42% from three, and 91% from the free throw line. If we could have half the rest of the games like that for Hope College, they're going to be just fine with how good their defense has been. But I mean, it just hasn't been consistent.
No, and like we talked about, Hope giving up just 62 points a game, and if they just shoot average, they don't have to shoot the lights out. If they can just have a respectable field goal percentage, they're going to be in a lot of ball games the rest of the way.
And I said, Mike, they were out rebounding Trine 17-7 in that first half. It's now 27-9, and I mean a lot of that credit to Menanglo being on the bench, but they need him desperately to impact this game because they're getting crushed on the boards.
You know, we talked about Trine not playing with Drew Moore, but Hope College without Josh Decker, one of their best three-point shooters. He played in the last game against Calvin, but he's missed the last 5 or 6 games, and he is not in the lineup tonight. Sorry for that oversight, but that's a huge miss for Hope as well. Hey, if you like basketball, how about this at halftime? Number 4, Wisconsin-Platteville, a team that Hope lost to at Platteville in non-conference action, is tied with number 6, Wisconsin Lacrosse, 33-all, with 20 minutes left in the southwest corner of the state of Wisconsin. Good numbers so far for Hope. Free throw is up, and that one is good by Marcus Warman, who led the league in his freshman season from the free throw line. He's slipped a little bit in this his junior season, comes in at 65%. But Warman with 11 points, make it 12.
You can see when Hope is starting to go on all cylinders and starting to find a little rhythm offensively, everybody starts to play better. That's how connected this team feels. You see it on the defensive end, but more so offensively now for them where, hey, we're starting to open things up. Gabe's getting a little more confident again. We're getting the ball in his hands. Hovey's hitting shots. Then you start to feel Werman hit shots. Mims hit shots. Newhouse not afraid to drive. And that's exactly what you need from this team.
Yeah, all very true. How about 4 in double figures for Hope? Hovey was 17. Quillen, like you mentioned, Matt, was 16 on 8 of 12 shooting, and 12 points for Mims and Warman, just what the doctor ordered. Going to the line is Logan McKenzie, the 6'7 junior. Missed the front end of a one-on-one. Both teams now in the bonus.
And I missed there that I didn't realize Howell had 4 fouls, so we might not see him for several minutes here.
He might match numbers with Menanglo. We'll see, as both out with 4 fouls for Hope and Trine respectively. Carlson picks it up inside to Quillen. Cross court, Warman pump fakes a 3. He'll try it mid-range instead, off the mark, chased down by Hovey. And now we got a reach in on Grant Paul, and Parker Hovey will go to the line. That's 10 fouls now for Trine. That'll put Hope in the double bonus. Double secret probation. I always think about that when I think of the double bonus. It's a movie reference.
It was before 1995.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, don't try and keep up, Wayner. Parker Hovey from the free throw line knocks it down. Hovey 6 of 7 from the line, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 18 points, 2 away from tying a career high. Here's Menanglo back in. Brooks Miller's hand has just been forced. Hope up 62-47. This is a 45-44 game. And since then, Hope's gone on a 13-0 run in the last 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
They're up 16, but it does not feel like enough.
No, it never is. Not against the Trine Thunder team. Trine shooting just 33%. They've had just 9 field goal attempts in the second half. Paul sells the fake down low. Good reverse layup, and Tucker fills it. That's what Trine does. They move the ball very well, and they get a response basket. Hope 7 of 14 for 50% in the second half. Hope 5 of 12 overall for 42% from deep. Hovey wants a clear out. Carlson streaking, gives it over to Warman. Newhouse, corner pocket. Yes, sir! Drops it down the baseline, Rainbow.
Love that confidence from Newhouse right there.
The high release, and Newhouse gets on the scoreboard. Only 6 have scored for Hope, 66-49. Crowd trying to implore their Dutchman onto the win as we approach the halfway mark of the second half. Smith, wheeling baseline, cut off by Newhouse. Good defense. Scoop by Smith, somehow got it to drop. That's a graduate student move.
You said a couple minutes ago, I mean, I'm looking at that clock. It will just not go down.
Hovey with an ankle breaker rejected by Menanglo. Second block by Menanglo. That's what he does. And Hope will get the basketball as Mims in. Carlson out with some good minutes. Good solid defense by the senior. Hope shooting 56% to Trine's 53%. 9:44 left. Adrian and Olivet tied with Hope for third place at Adrian, and Adrian leads 64-60. They've taken the lead back. And here it's 66-51. Skip pass. Warman, 3-ball, short. Quillen trying to tip it in. Newhouse going for the save. Paul, and a stoppage in play.
They got Hovey on the foul.
Are you serious?
Hovey was fighting for the basketball, and he kind of attacked Tucker a little bit.
Just the first on Hovey. Boy, as physical as he's played tonight.
No kidding.
The fact that he only has one malfeasance. Tough break for the Flying Dutchman, leading free throw shooter in the MIAA at Nate Tucker. He's got 12, but he's done it the hard way. 5 of 14 shooting.
Those two have just been going at each other the last 10 minutes, Mike.
They got a lot of basketball in their careers against each other, that's for sure. I said Tucker was a sophomore. He's actually a junior out of Marshall. He and Ethan Crabtree out of Coldwater went at it a few times in high school. Hope's biggest lead was 17, down to 13 with 9:25 left. Hovey with 19. Over to Warman. He's got a couple 3-balls in this game. Hovey wants the 3-ball. That might have been influenced. Menanglo chased it down. He's fouled from behind as Newhouse got checked right in the hip. Well, this could be on Justice Mims away from the basketball. Second for Mims. One more Hope foul and both teams will be in the double bonus, and that will send Menanglo to the line. Does a lot of things well. Free throw shooting, not one of them. 53%, but that's actually improved. Fifth-year senior out of the country of Benin. And of course he makes it. Charlie Hall's going to check in with 4 fouls. Menanglo already playing with 4 fouls. Newhouse a little hitch in his giddy up as he checks to the bench. Trying to cut it down to an 11-point Hope lead as Menanglo at the line. Just 3 points, just 2 rebounds, couple of blocks. Free throw short, fielded by Hovey. Give him 10 rebounds, he's got a double-double. That's a career high for Hovey in the rebound department.
I feel like we haven't seen Schoonveld in a little bit here.
Boy, Hovey trapped in the corner. Inside to Howe, reverse layup, and he missed the puppy. Offensive rebound, Hope, their 14th of the night. And the fans show their appreciation of fresh 20. Every possession vital. 8:44 and counting. Warman near side, wants a clear out. Quillen comes out deep on the mid-block, tries to spin down on Paul, 3 to shoot. Going up with a clutch, and Quillen goes down hard. My goodness, Quillen taking all sorts of punishment. The senior 2-time All-MIAA center. And that's going to be 5 on Menanglo, and his night is done. Brooks Miller rode that roller coaster, and Menanglo checks out. His final game, potentially, at DeVos Fieldhouse.
And one of my favorite players to watch in the last couple of years, just so physical and big. And I mean, the way he's able to block the basketball.
Yeah, he's a great athlete.
You have to be as good. I mean, 2-time All-MIAA Defensive Player of the Year. With him, you have to be that good defensively to be as, he's a 50% free throw shooter. He doesn't shoot the basketball ever, but he's so good on defense, you have to have him.
He's a disruptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's guys like that that can do that sort of thing. I'm not saying Menanglo will, but that's how guys make a living in the NBA. They don't average 20, but they block shots, they play good defense, they rebound, they disrupt down low, and that's what Menanglo's done in his career.
So I keep looking at that shot clock, Mike, and I thought it was 9:10 to play, and only 8:33 here, and man, up 12. It just feels like that just can't go down soon enough for Hope College fans.
Trying on a 5-0 run in the last minute and 49. Hope's cooled off slightly, just one for their last 6 field goals. It gave Quillen at the line 16 points, one of his better games. Make it 17. You hear the swish of the net. Hope doing the job from the free throw line, 15 of 16. You wonder how you turn that around when as a team you're struggling so hard at the free throw line, and they've come alive tonight in all facets. 51% shooting, making the free throws. Second one, too strong. Hope leads by 13. Their biggest lead was 17. Tucker has the ball stripped by Hovey. Hope doesn't have to rush. They can look for a good shot. As Hovey gets it out to Mims, and now he'll work the point with 8:16 and counting, and a fresh shot clock for the Flying Dutchman. Shout to defense by the Trine fans off to our left. Hovey with Tucker all over him as they play switch off. Warman, step back, 3-ball off the mark, short. Nobody to chase it down for Hope. Hope finally gets it back on a mishandle down low. Hovey, or Howell down low to Mims with an easy layup. Wow. Ninth turnover by Trine led to a basket. Back to a 15-point Hope margin. Skip pass. And Tucker misses the puppy. All alone, probably as surprised as anybody. Howell, backside pass to Hovey. Bodies crash and Paul and Hovey go down. And what's the call? It's going to stay with Hope with 7:30 to play. Let's take a timeout.
Sorry, before we take that break, it looks like they were calling for Smiley's 5th there, so I think Smiley might be out.
Oh, wow. We'll see. We'll see when we come back. We'll take a quick 30. You're listening and watching on the Hope Sports Network.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
Back here at the Boss Fieldhouse, Matt Wayne and Mike Coleman. Hope College with a 15-point lead. Looks like you got a score update from Calvin. What you got, Mike?
Calvin remains undefeated in MIAA play. They moved to 9-0, trailed 3-3 at halftime, but they outscore Alma 51-20 in the second half after shooting 22% in the first half, and Calvin wins 74-52. Now, if Hope College can pull off the upset here in Holland, that would give Calvin a 2-game lead over Trine with 5 MIAA games left to play, and Calvin and Trine have to play each other before it's all said and done in the regular season.
Adrian Alve coming down to the wire. 71-69 is that Adrian lead with under 4 to play in that one. Mike, all around the MIAA now, these games, it's coming down to the wire. You need every single one of these games if you're trying to make the conference tournament.
That is a fact. Schoonveld back in the game. Good to see him, as he almost had his legs cut out from under him. Smiley with 4 fouls, by the way, for Trine. Hovey dishes it out to Warman. Spin move in the paint. Nowhere to go, and we got a touch foul as Marcus Warman making his move, and he's going to shoot 2 at the line. Foul would be on Grant Paul for Trine. Hope 69, Trine 54 with 7:13 left.
We were talking about Tucker here with 14, and Mike, that's on 15 shots. It's felt like for so many minutes, he's kind of been one of the only ones that's driving here. You see Paul with the basketball a lot. He's played a ton here in the second half, but it looks like the basketball got stuck there.
I have never seen that in calling about 1,000 games. Hits the front of the rim and gets stuck in the corner.
I've seen it at the YMCA happen a couple of times.
I wonder if Danny Diadana, the head sports writer at the Holland Sentinel, has ever seen that. I don't think Danny has. Yep. Put a little voodoo on that. Warman splits the pair. Dan sitting in front of us to the right. Montiel, another graduate student, 5 on this team. Smith in the corner, big rainbow 3-0. Schoonveld battles up and wins the rebound. Holy smacks. 5 rebounds for Eli. He plays with the heart 10 sizes his size for sure. Newhouse back in the game for Hope. 6:40 left, 13 on the shot clock, just running the offense up by 16. Mims sells a fake, goes up, contact, double clutch, no. Newhouse goes up, banged around, won by Trine. Smiley wheels around, cut up by Warman. Paul opened down and Cusack didn't see him. Small lineup for Trine at the moment with Menangle out. Paul for 3.
They needed that one huge. I was just about to say, I mean, with 6 to play, they got to get within 10 in the next minute here.
Just the 8th three-point attempt by Trine, and that's their second make of the day. They shot just 30% from 3 and they went over Hope back on the 25th, but they didn't need it in the 77-54 victory. Hope up by 13, but no lead is safe. Backdoor cut, give and go. Schoonveld for 3. Yes! Eli from downtown, Freddie Brown.
He hasn't shot a 3 in 15 games.
The
That was a massive
unexpected
one.
make by Eli. Magical night for the Dutchman. Can they close it out? How about that give and go on the replay? Eli, cool as a cucumber topside. We'll keep it here.
And start to feel it here in the Boston, that timeout. Up 16 here. And I can't say enough by how surprised and impressed I am with this Hope team. Finally finding something on the offensive side. I think you were the one that said they had only scored 60 points in their last 4 games. Finally turning a corner in this one. You can only hope that it can turn into their next 3.
You know, Greg Mitchell in his 11th season as the Hope head coach, he's seen a few things, and I want to reiterate what you said earlier, Matt, in the first half. This team always has a knack to surge at the end of the year in the MIAA, and we saw that how many times the last 3 years when they only won the conference 1 time. They finished 3rd twice, and they won the MIAA tournament 3 years in a row, which is so hard to do. You can never count the Dutchmen out, even with their scuffling this year at 9 and 10 coming in.
A huge credit to Coach Mitchell. They're always playing their best in February and March. And here late in the season, you can hope that this is the game that starts to turn things around for this 9 and 10 Dutch team that not only needs to make the MIAA tournament, but they need to win it if they have any hope of having post-conference play.
That's a fact. Their 1-loss record will not get them in on their own merit.
Where on the other hand, I mean, if Calvin keeps playing the way they're playing, Trine is just about safe that both those teams are likely going to be at-large bids in the NCAA tournament, although both of them would be the favorites to win the conference.
And at this point, Calvin and Trine too good to fold where they would lose the 1 and 2 spot, but stranger things have happened. Quillen back in. Montiel at the free throw line, tried the backdoor cut. Hope cut that off nicely. Brenner step back. Montiel cut off by Quillen. High out the window, rejected by Quillen. Works it down, stripped away by Hovey with the quick hands. Boy, Hope is everywhere on defense right now.
And Quillen, what a good possession there.
But 24 seconds of solid D as Montiel bangs it off Quillen's leg. And Quillen playing 27 minutes when he was iffy to go tonight for Hope. What a gutty performance by GQ. 6 to shoot. Brenner, deep 3 in front of his own bench, no good, and Quillen goes up for rebound number 8. Averaging 8.5 per game. 5:15 left. Warman greeted deep in the backcourt as they work it to Newhouse with Brenner on him. Working the weave. Hovey with 19. Shot clock at 12, 5 minutes straight up. Quillen wants it down low. They go cross court. Kick out to Warman. 18-footer on the way short. Good rebound by Montiel. Hope's got to get back as Montiel takes it over the anchor. Smith looking down low. Little 8-footer, and Brenner doesn't miss. First basket by Brenner makes it a 14-point game. Well, it's a possession game right now. Hope can ill afford to turn it over. They got to hit a couple shots. They don't have to shoot 70% down the stretch, but the defense has been sound. Even though Trine shot 49%, leaner by Hovey. from 8, no good. Brenner for 3, skirts off. Good rebound by Warman. 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 13 points by the junior for Hope.
I'll tell you what stands out to me. Trine, 28%, only allowing 28% from 3 for opponents this year. Hope shooting 42%. On the other end of things, they're just shooting 2 of 10, 20% from 3. So this is not a typical Trine game, as they've just been inefficient. As Warman with the and one.
And the razzle and the dazzle as Warman went up, drew contact. That is a biggest basket as we're going to see tonight.
Man, everything coming up Dutch right now.
Look at that, the hang time by Warman, get a chance to make it an old school 3. Quick timeout on the court, 3:43 left. Hope College up by 16 on the Hope Sports Network.
At Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world. Cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, innovation unleashed.
Back at Voss, 75-59. Mike Coleman, Matt Wainer here on this call. Mike, I'm shocked. I mean, I am just shocked here at Voss. I called you this afternoon at noon, and I was like, what do you expect? And I said, 30-point Dutchman loss. I mean, hey, you can burn me at the stake if you need to, because I was not a believer before this game. But that was with Drew Moore thinking he was going to be in the game. They're missing his 19 a game. The potential all MIAA player of the year if he can come back and be healthy. If not, it will probably be Ekageze. But nonetheless, I mean, I am shocked. I have not seen Hope actually perform this well offensively since non-conference play.
Well, you can talk about Trine being shorthanded, but Hope shorthanded too. But my wife Tam earlier today, she said, look, Hope always surprises you when you least expect it, and as usual, she's right. Thanks, Doc. Staying up late to listen to this one. Brenner down low, and Brenner, he's going to be a good ball player. A lithe 6'4" frame out of Archbold, Ohio, but another one of those young guys getting valuable minutes in his first season.
Like I said, this Trine team, it's not a rebuild, it's a reload. So you can see some faces in there now that this is the future of this Trine team for the next few seasons.
Yeah, coming out of the break, I think all the starters are out, and that is a fact. Max Greenemore, who did start for Hanover before transferring. Cameron Alls, he's been around for a long time. Logan McKenzie, Brenner, of course, and Logan Gard, the junior center out of Albion, Indiana. Central Noble High School. I don't know where Albion, Indiana is, Matthew. I know where Auburn, Indiana is.
You might have stumped me on that one, Albion, Indiana.
We'll have an answer for you on Saturday. 3:11 left. Hope's still with their starters in.
And Mike, it was Olivet with a Lee Hardy three-pointer at the buzzer to beat Adrian.
Oh my goodness! Behind the back, Parker Hovey heave over the shoulder, give him a career high 21 points. And a big win by Olivet to stay in the race for third place. We knew that was going to be a good game against Adrian.
A lot of craziness around the whole MIAA as we're wrapping up this one here. Just massive play here by Parker Hovey, his career high.
Just a stat filler. And they're going to check him out probably at the next break. Hope fans really needed a good effort from their team, and they participated in this one. As Hope College has not scored this many points since an 81-71 victory over Kalamazoo. One of the first games of the MIAA season. Kick pass in the corner. 3-ball at the buzzer. Won by Greenemore. We approach the 2-minute mark. Hope looks to be breaking a 4-game losing streak. Turnaround, Guard, knocks it down.
I mean, a lot of things helping out Hope here as well. That was also on the other end was Kalamazoo ended up getting the win over Albion to make Albion now 4-5. Hope College improving to 5-4 in conference. Olivet at 5-4 now. Adrian at 4-5. So wow, a couple massive games swinging Hope's way here with this win tonight.
Yeah, moving day in that mad scramble for a tie for third, that's for sure. Kalamazoo helping Hope's cause. Well,
so that's Calvin at 9-0. Trine will be now 7-2. Hope College 5-4. Olivet 5-4. Adrian 4-5. Albion 4-5.
Quillen and Hovey have checked out of the game with 1:22 left. Hope shocking a lot of people in Division III basketball, including this broadcaster, as they've shot very well tonight. 49%, 7 of 18 from 3. Holding Trine to 2 of 10 from 3 tonight, even though Trine shooting 49%. Just a little short-handed tonight and not enough as they got into foul trouble. Couldn't respond to Hope's energy.
McKenzie, like you said here at the free throw line, that's the one will replace Menanglo's minutes next year, seemingly, as he's got that 6'7" athletic frame. As here come a host of underclassmen coming in here for Hope.
Howell checks out, Mims checks out. He gets a big round of applause and some high fives on their bench. As Hope will check in Neil Imey, the 6'6" sophomore out of Maple City, Michigan, kind of where my buddy Steve Wilson hangs his hat up north.
Maple City, can you give me some reference here?
Yes, it's northeast of Empire. It's northwest of Traverse City.
I'm kind of know where Cadillac is.
Okay, it's about an hour and a half north and west of Cadillac, up in the Leelanau Peninsula. I'll draw you a map when the broadcast is over.
Sault Ste. Marie?
No, that's Canada wannabe.
Munising?
Take a trip to the UP. Imey kicks out to Devin Marate out of Cincinnati area.
And that was a recent game I saw. Imey ended up playing 24 minutes in the game recently. You were on that call.
Yeah, he's one of the futures. He's a rangy kid. He's got some good ups, put up some good numbers in high school. Is working on Brenner is Brett Boltzmann, the sophomore out of Wayland-Dorr, 6'4" frame, kind of thick. Neil Imey with the reach in. Well, Hope College with one of their biggest wins of the year, and this is the first time they're going to defeat Trine on this court since 2022, over 3 seasons. 78-64. Trine never really got that run in the last 10 minutes that they needed.
No, I was waiting for it to come. I mean, looking at the clock with about 12 to play, I thought they have one more run in this. Really thinking it was, but I mean, they just had too much against them tonight with Drew Moore not playing as well as Menanglo on the bench. It just kind of felt like
Brenner for 3. Yeah, you figure they had a run. It just didn't materialize, especially when Menanglo went out. Trine making it interesting. 26 seconds left, and the four-court press is really bothering Hope at the moment. Marate, he'll get her over the line. Now he can wheel around and eat up some time. Trine not really trying to foul. There's a reach in on Brenner with 13.3 left.
So it ended up being earlier about a 15-point lead that the starters had, now just a 9-point game here with 13 to play. It's so much shaken up here at the top of the MIAA as we look to this Saturday to be another big slate. As Mike looking here, let's see the schedule here for Saturday.
Yeah, I've got Calvin at Adrian and Olivet at Albion, and that'll be a big battle, and Trine at Alma. And we're going to be here against Kalamazoo. Brenner, 3-ball on the way.
And that will be, I will not be on the call this weekend. That will be you and Lucas Shelton.
You betcha.
Another great broadcaster to hear. And a shocking victory here at DeVos, Mike Coleman, 79-71. Hope College takes care of business in an unlikely upset, making Trine now 17-3. 7-2 in conference for Trine, and Hope College now at 5-4, and they knotted up 10-10 so far this year, so they're at the 500 mark. But what a scrappy victory for them.
Well, they run the gauntlet. They play Calvin and Trine 4 times in the last 5 games. And you can pull out one victory against Calvin and Trine in that stretch. You know you've done something. And this, I wouldn't say this is a must win, but this one was a nice surprise win. They needed a good effort, and they got a great effort tonight by the Dutchmen.
Looking here at the box score, Mike, I mean, just a fantastic game. Across the board, I mean, can't say enough about Hovey. His career high. Hovey with 21 points here in this game.
And 11 rebounds is a career high for the sophomore.
And 17 from Quillen. He was 17 and 8. Werman had 16 points. Mims added 14 off the bench. And that was his get-right game. Just a couple of points each from a couple other guys. But, man, I just can't say enough about how Hope finally figured something out offensively. 47% from the field, 39% from 3, 82% from the free throw line. A massive, massive effort by the Dutch.
Hope has not shot this well since a 57% season-high performance against Alma on January 11th right here at DeVos, and it's been a long time. But they get the victory. Like you said, Matt, they are now tied for 3rd with Olivet at 5-4, and they had a lot of good balance tonight. Marcus Warman and Justice Mims had to play big, and they did. Both those in double figures.
Quillen with his 17th. Mike, he played 31 minutes on his hurt back, and he fell 2 times, and I thought both times he was going to come out of the ball game.
I agree.
But he stuck through it. What a senior-led game for him. I mean, a massive effort.
Well, Hope with 18 bench points. They only gave up 3 points off turnovers in the second half. So Hope College in this game, they had 9 turnovers in the first 7 minutes of this game. In the remaining 33, they had just 4 turnovers. That's how you win basketball games. You make adjustments, and Hope did just that against a very good Trine team defensively. You know, Matt, what'd you say? They give up 60 points a game, Trine does?
Yeah, 78 offensively, giving up just 60 a game so far. It's 79 to Hope here tonight.
This 78 points by Hope is the second most that Trine has given up this year. They gave up 84 points against an Anderson team in a 5-point win back in November. And we saw Anderson. We know how potent they are. So not only did Hope shoot well, but they scored well against a really good defensive team. And I think that's going to give them a lot of momentum going into the last 5 games of the MIAA.
I agree, and I think that will do it for us here at DeVos Fieldhouse, Mike. 79-71 is the Hope College victory. Massive win. And back here on Saturday will be Lucas Shelton, Mike Coleman for that 3 p.m. call. Hope hosting Kalamazoo.
Until next time, thank you, Matthew. Matt Wayner to my right. I'm Mike Coleman saying so long from a very happy DeVos Fieldhouse on this Wednesday night. Till Saturday. Good night, everyone.